You're repping it out. It's just drawing all this unnecessary attention to your coochie, and I don't like that. Is it overhyped? So here's a little punch through test giving sheer. One thing Gymshark is going to do is they are going to restock, guys. I went on the website. They added more sizes in a lot of the new Apex Lift. I'm really excited because I have my review right now for you guys. So stay tuned to find out what I think about this. Also, Gymshark is currently in the middle of their mid-season sale. You guys can get up to 50% off their best sellers, everyone's favorite pieces, their essential leggings, the minimal bras, gym bags, accessories, staples. Girl, go onto the website right now because the deals are dealing, and you can also get an extra 10% off if you guys use my discount code LaShade10 at checkout. So happy shopping, and let's get into the new Apex Lift review. I somehow managed to get my hands on the new Apex, you guys, and I just need to know, is it overhyped? Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Kayla Lachey, aka your virtual fitness bestie. Today we're getting into a review on the latest Gymshark Apex collection. They ended up dropping 2 different variations of the Apex this time around in so many different colors. So we're gonna get into all the details today, try them on, talk about sizing, talk about outfit combinations, and do I actually recommend it? Is it overhyped? Yes or no? And of course, as always, if you guys do choose to shop Gymshark and you want to support me directly and you also want to get 10% off, definitely be sure to use the discount code LaShade10 at checkout, and it definitely means a lot to me. These pretty much sold out within minutes. Tip, okay, every time Gymshark does a new launch, and if it's something that you really want to get, try to be on the website 10 minutes before the launch time. I'm always on there about an hour early, baby, refreshing and searching keywords for what is coming out. So I typed in Apex, and about 5 minutes before launch, the products were coming up. They were not showing up, however, underneath the new release tab. So try that tip out next time you really want to get your hands on something from Gymshark. Try to search for those items because 9 times out of 10, sometimes they don't even pop up. And I know for the Soft Sculpt launch, which I'm wearing a piece right now, the little bralette, so cute. The tank tops ended up coming on the site like an hour later, but it appeared to be sold out. So there's plenty of stock in all the colors and lots of sizes. So I just wanted to throw that in here as well. If that was one of the pieces that you wanted to get your hands on, they're all up on the website as of today, and you can get your matching sets. Definitely recommend because I really like this top. Actually, it's growing on me as a lifestyle piece, but the tank has that built-in shelf and it's so good. So I just wanted to throw that in. I'll link the Soft Sculpt collection below as well as the Apex pieces, and I'm also going to touch on bras for the outfits. So let's start with the Apex Seamless shorts. I ended up grabbing these ones in the trail green and the energy gelato green combination. I went for my size medium, and this is a very stretchy fabric, okay? Apex is so good. It is very thin, but not as thin as the Soft Sculpt in a sense, but it also has a nice ribbed waistband. So for me, Apex is definitely up there as one of my favorite collections next to Adapt Animal. Yes, these ones don't have a scrunch. So if you are someone that does not love a scrunch bum, this is definitely an option for you. It does, however, have a lot of intricate designs, lines, and details. They tend to always do a spin on the Apex, and I really like the designs. I feel like if you want more of a subtle toned down version, go with the black Apex. So I ended up going with my medium because I know that Apex can kind of be a little bit sheer when you do things like a squat or an RDL. So here's a little punch through test on the green colorway. Honestly, this is not too bad. Also, keep in mind I'm using an LED light. So I was really impressed with the squat proofness of this coloring here. I will also mention that the inseam length is really comfy. It's an 5-inch inseam here on the size medium. The gusset has more of a vertical seam. There's no diamond gusset here in the middle. I actually don't mind that on this piece. And the seams match the body of the leggings, so it's not really going to be too stark or have that contrast like some of their other pieces do. But you do get a lot of cool detailing on the waistband, so a lot more brighter pops of color in the vertical ribbing. Very, very stretchy, so if you want to size down, you can, but I do feel like it might have a little bit more sheerness on the body of the shorts or the leggings. So if you have more weight in your glutes, you have bigger glutes, I definitely would maybe suggest to size up so you have more fabric to play with and to stretch over, especially if you have thicker thighs as well. I don't get rolling in these personally, which is nice, but there can be some bunching in the rise. I do find that this version of Apex does come up ultra high rise on me, and I have a shorter torso. So if you're looking for some tummy control, I feel like the waistband comes up really high, doesn't really conceal or cover that pooch area that a lot of us girlies tend to have. So if you want to have more coverage lower, maybe consider sizing down if you're in between. So I don't think you'll mind it. I do like the way that this looks when I roll my waistband over on these because it doesn't cut me too high on my waist. So all in all, I think this is a good comfortable short. I think it'd be great for cardio as well as even doing leg day. It would look amazing with an oversized t-shirt, oversized hoodie, even like the soft sculpt zip up jacket. I'll try that on for you guys as well, so you could see that combo. So stinking cute. So you can really mix and match something more bold like this with other things, more solids, to kind of tone down the crazy print, which is why I didn't go for a matching top or any of the Apex bras for this collection. So I do think this is really cute. If you're a fan of the Apex, go with your normal Apex sizing. And I do miss when they did like the Apex, was it biker shorts? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? I am indeed not tripping. They used to do a longer inseam. I don't know why they stopped doing that. These are an older pair in a medium. So the shorts that I have are in a size medium as well, but you could see the difference in the inseam length. Ugh, that extra bit of room is just so nice. I just would love to see Gymshark do more biker length in pieces that are more flattering, like the Adapt Safari, but also in this Apex material because it is so stretchy. It's that type of fabric that does not need a scrunch to really enhance the glutes because you can easily mold it into your cheeks if you want and it stays there. So love this fabric. It's one of my favorites. It has like a satin finish. It's not completely matte. When the light hits, it has a little bit of a sheen, but it's not shiny. It's not a shiny legging like the Everyday Seamless. It's just a really nice legging all in all, but you can see from past Apex collections, they all have that crazy intricate detailing. The green was definitely my favorite colorway that they ended up coming out with this time around, but this one is made in Vietnam, and the waistband is 59% polyester, 24% nylon, 17% elastane, while the body of this is 67% polyester, 23% nylon, and 10% elastane. Really love this. Such a staple collection if you've been around at Gymshark for a very long time. They've also recently introduced multiple spin-offs, if you will, of the Apex collection, and I was really surprised honestly how quickly these sold out. I thought people had mixed reviews based off of the teasers that Gymshark was posting on Instagram because of how crazy the designs were and the features as a whole. So these ones I bought in a small because all the athletes said to size down. So that's what I did. I took everyone's sizing recommendations. These are the Apex Lift Seamless Shorts. So these ones also have a 5-inch inseam. I really like where these hit me on my thighs. I do have thicker thighs. I do find that it can be a little bit snug where this bottom seam is. So if you have thicker thighs, I actually would recommend to size up, but because I'm in between sizes, my waist is a small, my lower body is a medium, I didn't want my waist to gape because it dips in the back. I was a little bit concerned about the sizing in that aspect, but I'm really happy with the size small. I do feel like this material is the type of fabric to stretch out during your workout. The more that you sweat, kind of stretches with your body and your movement. Very good mobility in both of these Apex variations, so I could go into a deep squat, no problem. These also don't have a scrunch, but it almost has a lower rise in the back, obviously because of that V waist, but it's not too low where your crack is out and or does not show your undies. It just really snatches my body proportions as someone with a shorter torso, so I really appreciate that. So keep in mind, if you are used to rolling your waistbands, you do not have to do that with this. I personally found that these are not as high of a rise as this Apex collection, so it actually fit my proportions so much better. Could also be because I went down in a size that the rise is a lot lower. So I really also enjoyed this seam at the front where the waistband meets the body of the legging. It has a slight curve to it. I found that it actually set lower on my pooch area and actually made me feel snatched in, sucked in a little bit more. Could also be because I sized down. So if in between, you could definitely size down if you want more of a snatching fit, but if you want more of a comfortable fit and you're in between, definitely size up. I would say if you're true to size, go with your true to size measurement. I didn't find that I had any bunching in the rise as well, which I really loved. And as you guys could tell, they did put the logo right on the center of the waistband, and it is a matching logo. It's not white, so it does go really nicely with the design, and it is one of those heat stamped logos. And the waistband is all vertical ribbed, so it kind of has this illusion of two different layers of ribbing, but that's just the print and the coloring at the top here. I actually really like this design. At first I was unsure, but having it in person, I think these little tiger claw marks sit so nicely again if you have shorter glutes. Like if you have short glutes and a short torso, these are the shorts for you. I really liked the contouring effect of these. Very different to the last Apex that we saw with the Apex Contrast, or was it Contour? There's so many Apex, baby, I can't keep up. That last variation, the Contrast, was so good. Chef's kiss. One of my favorite leggings ever. They might still have stock. Go run, get you a pair because they're so flattering. Those lifted the glutes from the bottom because it had that like ribbed contouring that actually had compression to it. Whereas these don't have any compression. It's just the design, the print of the coloring. So if you're that type of gym girl that loves everything in black, but maybe you want a sprinkle of something fun, this is definitely the collection for you. I will say these are a little interesting. So the punch through is giving sheer. Granted, I'm really pulling hard, so if I were just to lightly stretch it, it wouldn't be as bad. So if you want this to be more squat proof, I definitely would recommend potentially sizing up. But the way that they did this is the lining. It's coming off more sheer on the body. On the body, it's not bad, but because the inside is like this soft purple, whatever the contrasting color is, they almost mimicked the inner lining to pull that color on the outside, so it can appear sheer, especially in the leggings, which I left the leggings on the website because I would much rather have a bolder print and less fabric and have less stretch down the full leg. So I felt like these would appear less sheer. If you don't know about the Apex, you would think that's really sheer. So it definitely pulls purple in this colorway, and you can kind of see that based on how I stretch out the fabric. My only thing with this is the way that they did their gusset. They did the diamond gusset, but they also did that layer of like the purple in the inside. So I would personally not squat in this. I would also not do RDLs in this. I wouldn't do anything where I'm bending over and the gusset is exposed because it pulls very purpley and or very, this is a better example. The red it was sending me. It was so stark. It almost looked like all of my attention was going straight to my coochie because of the way that they did this. So I wish they would have just left it alone and did black in the gusset, because when you're adding tension or the fabric is stretched too much, it's just really red. So I hope that's making sense. I do not want to demonstrate this on the vlog because I don't think that's appropriate, but it looks black, right? Until you stretch the material. You see that? So you're doing RDL movements, you're doing your little reps, you're repping it out. It's just drawing all this unnecessary attention to your coochie, and I don't like that. So I wish they would have just done black on black for the inside of the inner gusset, and that would have made me feel a little bit better about wearing this for full leg day. But I would still wear this for hip thrusts, anything where my gusset really isn't being exposed and flashed to everybody in the gym. So I think the red, the carmine red, is definitely the most, like, it pulls red. It's not really pulling like my skin. Do you see that? So it definitely can look more sheer if you're going down in size. So I guess it just depends on personal preference and what you guys feel. However, I do really love this red detailing. They've been doing a lot of red and black pieces on the website, and I ended up grabbing the carmine red twist front bralette. It's giving lifeguard, it's giving summer, it's giving pop of color. I get mine in a size small and it matches this Apex perfectly. Personally, I think getting the matching tops, they were super cute, but I think it was a little, I don't know, a little too much for me personally. So I wanted to break up the crazy print and just do a solid colored bra. So I think these are great if you don't want something too superhero vibes in the gym, and you like a good mix and match moment. These bras are so good for the itty bitty committee, but also for the girls that have a shorter torso, especially with these, because it cuts up and almost curves. And then your back is out, no lat spillage, adjustable straps. Then you have the dip waistband. It just flatters these shorts so nicely, especially with this bolder design. But I definitely wanted to just pinpoint on my one little grip with this is the gusset and the way that it pulls very sheer. I guess it wasn't as bad on the purple, but the black, you can just see how that's a little much. And then here is the navy. This is most similar color-wise to the last Apex contrast that came out. I have those in the leggings, so I opted for these shorts. I really like the navy blue, and I think this one is definitely the most wearable as far as like, oh, the sheerness, but also with the gusset too. It still pulls a little bit lighter, but it's nothing compared to having black with the red. Like, that was a little too much. It was sending me. So this one isn't as bad. So if you want something more subtle and still have a fun print but not be too OD, like the inner lining is pretty much the same as the body, which I personally really like. So it's like a little violet on top of a navy blue moment. So I already owned the minimal bra in the heavy blue colorway. So if you're also like me, I'm pretty sure they have some stock available still, at least on the US website. These go amazing together. And if you also want more of a pop, they did the like violet color in the strappy ruched bra. I love that silhouette, but I already own this. So I was like, we have a perfect little set here. And I really like this for a back day, cardio day. It's gonna be so good for summertime to have a short with a longer inseam and something that's really fun that's not just a solid color or a bold animal print or something with a scrunch. I love a scrunch, but sometimes I love a good Apex as well. Very flattering. The waistband is ribbed and it goes ribbed all the way down into a V. So I find it really does contour out and carve out my shorter glutes, but it also has a faux seam that goes straight into the gusset with a really short, I don't want to say rise, but the faux seam is very short compared to, let me show you the, well, this doesn't even have a faux seam. It used to have a faux seam. Or am I tripping? No, it did. See? This is the older Apex. The faux seam used to go from the base of the waist all the way to the gusset. So because the waistband is dipped down, it's a lot shorter. So it really does allow you to pull the fabric into your glutes and it stays there. I get like that under booty cupping situation paired with that little claw mark. So cute, so flattering. I hope they add some stock, guys. I don't know, back to the website. But I just wanted to point out what I liked about it and what I didn't like so much about it. And if I would recommend it, absolutely love the shorts so much. And I'm happy that I got them over the leggings because of the inner lining. And again, the only one that's really stark and scary is the black and the red. And the other Apex that they did, I can't remember what they called it, but it was a similar colorway, black with the red in the leggings, did the same thing on me with the crotch. It wasn't giving sheer, it was just pulling the inner lining, and personally not my favorite. So yeah, do I think these are overhyped? No, because a lot of people were like, I don't like that. But having them on my body, oh my gosh, so cute, so flattering. Love this silhouette. Would love to see this cut with the waist and this material in like solid colors. I think that would pop off as a collection as a whole, to be honest. And even the front of the waistband has vertical ribbing here, so it kind of adds more slight compression as well. Like everything they did popped off with these. So if you like the print, go for it. If you see it in your size, come in. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I think my favorite colorway is the blue because it is less intense, but still really fun and such a flattering fit. Do I recommend this version of Apex over this one? I think I would choose this because the rise isn't as high, and I don't know, like the fit, I don't have as much bunching. And I also have a lot of Apex in black, so I would say go for the black in this if you want something more subtle. But this was just so new and so different for Gymshark, and I really appreciated it. So I also wanted to mention they have the soft purple bra that goes really nicely with these Apex shorts. They also still have this in some sizes, and I really like this combo, especially if you take off the straps and it's a whole halter situation. It's just really flattering from the back. So those are all of my thoughts on the Apex drop as a whole, comparing the two and how I feel about the sizing, the sheerness, the squat testing, the outfit combos, and the material makeup. I really like it. I also feel like this is the fabric that you could sit on the gym floor. Like I can sit on turf in this and it's fine. It's almost like a knit material, which I like. So knit material, this one has a little bit more of a slinky feel to it, more of like a matte feel, if you will. But both of these are very durable in the gym space, and you definitely don't have to baby a fabric like this. Still don't recommend putting your activewear in the dryer and washing on cold as always, and hang it to dry for the care so you can keep it fresher longer. But I will say though, with this one, if you have a dog or a cat that sheds, you might get some of their fur clinging to this because it's a matte knit material. So definitely keep that in mind. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Apex. Like, was this something that you were just like, nah, I can't get with that one, what the hell? What the hell? Or were you really loving it? Or did it grow on you like it grew on me? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to use discount code LISHAY10 if you guys want to save 10% off. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!